Before you pack up the skis, mountain bikes, dogs, kids, and those dreams of mountain town living, let's talk about two Colorado mountain towns that get compared all the time. And that is Crested Butte versus Winter Park. Both are incredible, both have great skiing, both give you that I can't believe I live here vibe, but both are very different experiences once you get beyond those postcard photos. One is gonna feel very remote and quirky, and the other one is gonna feel a little bit more convenient and close to Denver. One has a true mountain small town vibe where you start to recognize people at the grocery store within about 2 weeks of living there. The other one is gonna give you easier access to Denver, the metro area, and a little bit more infrastructure. Stick around to the end because I'm gonna tell you which type of buyer I think is gonna be happiest in each location, because choosing the wrong mountain town is kind of like buying ski boots, 2 sizes too small. Looks fine at first, but then all of a sudden you're questioning those life decisions by lunchtime. I'm Heather Woodward with Living in Crested Butte, and if you've been thinking about moving to Crested Butte, Gunnison, or any of the surrounding areas, go ahead and subscribe below so that you can be the first to learn about the ins and the outs of the area, including the current real estate market. I love helping people just like you, so whether you are moving here in 60 days or 6 months from now, you're moving across the world, across the country, or just up and down the valley, feel free to give me a call, text, or an email. You can even set up a Zoom meeting with me as well. All of my contact information is in the description below, and I'd love to make your move everything that you want it to be. Which mountain town is better? Number 1 on the list is location and accessibility. So this one is probably the biggest difference between these two mountain towns. Winter Park is much closer to the Front Range and to Denver. And depending on traffic, you can get from Denver to Winter Park in roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours. Crested Butte, on the other hand, you are a little bit more committed. We are tucked down here in our own little valley. You are generally looking about 4 to 4.5 hours from Denver, depending on weather and traffic. So if you're someone looking for quick weekend access from Denver, Winter Park is going to have a major advantage here. But here's the trade-off. Crested Butte is gonna feel a little bit more remote because it is more remote. And honestly, a lot of people do love that. It's kind of like comparing a neighborhood coffee shop hidden in an alleyway to the Starbucks off the interstate. Both serve coffee, but the vibe is different. All right, 2, so what is that overall vibe like? This is where these two towns really split. Crested Butte is quirky, it's artsy, it's colorful, and it's unapologetically itself. People here ski hard, bike hard, fish hard, and somehow show up to dinner in muddy trail boots, and no one really cares. There's a strong local identity here, and honestly, people are pretty protective of it. Winter Park feels a little bit more polished, just a little bit more connected to the Front Range crowd. You'll see more second homeowners from Denver who use it frequently because it is easy to get to. Neither are bad. They're just different, and one is gonna suit one person versus someone else. Number 3 on the list is skiing. All right, so I know half of you clicked on this video because specifically for skiing, Crested Butte Mountain Resort is known for its extreme terrain. You've heard of the North Face, you've got the head wall, you've got Rambo. It has its reputation. It's steep, it can be technical, and it's legit expert skiing, along with some blues and some greens in there. There are plenty of intermediate terrain, trust me on that. Winter Park is larger overall, and it's gonna have more variety of terrain. Mary Jane has a huge following, especially for mogul skiers and tree skiers. Winter Park also tends to attract more day traffic from Denver because of its proximity. Crested Butte is gonna feel a little bit less crowded, and because because frankly, fewer people are willing to drive all that way to get to Crested Butte. So the remoteness works in their favor for Crested Butte. Summer activities. This is 4 on the list. So both towns are gonna absolutely shine in the summer. Who doesn't love Colorado in the summer? It's amazing. But if you're a mountain biker, Crested Butte is gonna be a little harder to beat. Crested Butte is often called the birthplace of mountain biking, and its trail access here is unreal. You can literally leave your house and be on a trail within minutes in many parts of town. Wildflowers here are also next level. There is a reason why people come from all over the country during July specifically for the Wildflower Festival. Winter Park also has fantastic biking, hiking, and outdoor recreation. Plus, you are a little bit closer to population centers and easier weekend travel, like I mentioned before. So again, it depends on what matters to you most. If you want convenience, it's Winter Park. If you want more remote mountain immersion, it's gonna be Crested Butte. All right, we always talk about real estate, so let's talk about the housing because that's where things can really surprise people. Winter Park has seen some major growth over the years because of Denver demand. You find more newer developments, more condos, townhomes, larger subdivisions, and Crested Butte is gonna have more tighter inventory and stricter growth limitations in many areas. And because Crested Butte is tucked into a valley, surrounded by a lot of public, private, protected lands, there's almost only so much room to grow here. That limited inventory helps preserve the character of the area, but it also means that prices can stay strong. Crested Butte also has a very distinct split between downtown Crested Butte and Mount Crested Butte. That surprises a lot of people when they first start researching here. All right, number 6 is airport access. This really matters. So Winter Park has an easy access to Denver International Airport, being only an hour and a half to 2 hours away. For Crested Butte, most people fly in and out of Gunnison Crested Butte Regional Airport, or they're gonna drive from Denver. The Gunnison Airport is incredibly convenient once you're here, but flight options are obviously more limited than they would be if you were flying in and out of Denver. So if you travel consistently for work, Winter Park makes your life a lot easier. If you want a place that feels a little bit more removed from the chaos, but you still have access to flights via a regional airport, Crested Butte might be exactly what you're looking for. Number 7 is crowds and tourism. So Winter Park is gonna see a heavier front range traffic because of its location. Holidays and weekends and powder days can get very busy. Crested Butte gets tourism too, obviously, but generally it feels a little less intense because we're further away from those major metro areas. That extra drive acts as a little bit of a filter, so not everyone is willing to do it, but honestly, it helps preserve the magic of why you're here. All right, who each town is best for? Here's my personal take. I think Winter Park is fantastic. I have spent some time there. I have biked through Winter Park. I have stayed in Winter Park. I have not skied Winter Park. It is on my list. But I can compare each town because of living in Colorado and my experiences in these 2 distinct mountain towns. Buyers who want easy access and are frequent weekend visitors to the mountain area, Winter Park might be top on your list. People who want a little bit more remote, they want that mountain town feel, they're craving community, a little bit more character, Crested Butte is going to be top on the list for that type of buyer. Buyers who don't mind trading that convenience for lifestyle, and honestly, the people who choose Crested Butte usually aren't choosing it because it's the easiest option. They choose it because they feel different the second they drive into town. And I will tell you, it does feel a little bit different driving into Winter Park versus Crested Butte. Hopefully this video gave you a better idea of the differences between Crested Butte and Winter Park. At the end of the day, there's no wrong answer here. It really depends on what lifestyle you want and what trade-offs matter the most to you. So if you're thinking about moving to Crested Butte, Gunnison, or anywhere in the valley or the surrounding areas, I would love to help. Feel free to call, text, or email, or even set up a Zoom meeting with me. All of my contact information is in the description below. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe because I put out new videos every single week about living in Crested Butte and in the Gunnison Valley and some of the surrounding mountain towns. We talk about mountain life and also the real estate market. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, so it looks like you're making a move to Crested Butte or Gunnison, Colorado, and you're trying to decide which video to watch. You could watch this one, or you could watch this one, or you could watch both because they're both really going to help you out and they're both really good. But go ahead, just pick one.